Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya 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 Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare go. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana. Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra, 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 Jaya. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari.
Srilanga player ki, Kartal player ki, chorus support ki, Harita Mata ji ki.
All the work.
इसको पीछे से ऑन कर प्रभु ये ऑन है ये ऑन बोलो प्रभु अभी
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And happiness in my heart that I am here to introduce our guest for the next 2 days. His Grace Dwarakadhish Prabhu and Her Grace Vishakha Priya Mataji. They both are coming from Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ISKCON Mumbai. They are bringing us the blessings of the lordships, plus they are bringing us the blessings of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. They both are disciples of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. His Grace Dwarakadhish Prabhu has been visiting regularly here with Her Grace Vishakha Priya Mataji. How many of you are seeing them for the first time? Wonderful. So quite a few people. Wonderful. His Grace Dwarakadhish Prabhu is a physician. He's a department head. He is actually one of the pillars of Bhaktivedanta Hospital in Mumbai. That hospital is a great facility which is now making great advancement in integrative medicine, where we are combining modern medicine with the age-old knowledge of Ayurveda and other lifestyle changes. He has been instrumental in the whole congregation of ISKCON Chowpatty quite a bit. From the very beginning stages, starting Bhakti Vriksha, starting kids program, to running the hospital, to running the congregation. Both himself and Mataji have been the counselors of majority of the grahasthas of ISKCON Chowpatty. They are the part of the grahastha ministry of ISKCON, so to speak. Prabhuji has created the entire empire, and the foundation of that empire is Mataji there, supporting him from every bit and angle. Mataji has been associated with ISKCON from the age of 9. Very early on, she has supported young girls movement. She had nurtured them. She had taken care of all the devotee Matajis with her hand. She has nurtured so many devotees. They are traveling all over the world, solving the problems of grahastha, something that is very close to our heart. They tell us how we can balance our spiritual life and our material life, and at the same time, bring our kids up in this environment which we are. They do innumerable things. Prabhu, in addition to what he does, he also directs the yearly drama that happens from ISKCON Chowpatty. If you have not seen ISKCON Chowpatty's drama, you are missing something in life. They're all on YouTube. Every year a new drama comes. Mataji and Prabhuji both are instrumental doing it. You got to see it. We have first-hand experience of patients who are our relatives, our parents, our Guru Maharajas who have been treated by them in the hospital. It is with a very, very warm heart that I welcome them both, and please join me by welcoming them in chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
And I just wanted to add, like as Prabhuji said, right, Bhaktivedanta Hospital. My mom was in Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Because of Prabhuji, she has got that mental strength. Every day Prabhuji will come there. He will sit next to my mom. He will spend time, talk to her. I have seen not only with my mom, I have seen Prabhuji talking to other patients too.
They are so gracious. They come here every year to nourish us like our parents.
Very well. Hare Krishna. Thank you for being so generous with your words. Very kind. The heart is full of appreciation, shows the wonderful Vaishnava qualities of appreciating other devotees, something to learn. So thank you, dear devotees, for coming on today's working day. But you are still here. Thank you. Even though we are a little late in starting the program, but nonetheless, we'll offer our prayers and we will have a discussion on this topic very soon. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुता पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. The topic for today's evening's discussion is the pillars of growth. What is the importance of growth?
How many understand only Hindi?
हाँ,
हमें कितने लोगों को सिर्फ हिंदी समझ में आता है? कमल कृष्ण आप पूछो।
Anybody knows English here? Hindi. Everybody knows English? Yeah, Hindi.
अरे आप
Oh, English. Rani Mati doesn't understand Hindi.
नहीं एक ही जन है ना हिंदी को।
नहीं, the question we are asking is how many devotees do not understand English? इतने भक्तों को यहाँ पर अंग्रेजी समझ में नहीं आती है, बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आती है, तो अपने को हाथ ऊपर करें। तो फिर आपको समझ में नहीं आती है ना, कोई बात नहीं माता जी। तो आप है ना किसी डिवोटी के साथ बैठ जाइए जो आपको थोड़ा सा ट्रांसलेट कर पाएंगे। प्रभु जी, कैन यू अलॉट समबडी? अगर नहीं समझ में आता है तो हाँ, you don't know English? We have your blessings, thank you. So let's talk about growth, है ना? तो growth is a very natural phenomena which is very essential in every aspect of our life. Right? As soon as right from point of conception, when the mother is told that you are carrying a baby in your womb, तब से the most important thing they want to see regularly is by a sonogram, how is the child growing, how is the weight increasing. थोड़ा सा कम करना पड़ेगा, तो आवाज फट रहा है। Yeah. As a child grows, then there are something called as milestones, right? So then after a few months you expect the baby to turn over. After a few months you expect some small milk teeth to start coming out. Then he should start to crawl, and then he should become like a toddler and hold mummy's sari and walk, and then maybe run, right? So we all are looking at growth. If that doesn't happen for some reason, we get worried. In our financial life, we expect some growth. We work to get some money, right? And you get some money. If you get X amount of rupees per month today, and if I, and then after 2 years I asked you, how much are you earning now? X. After 4 years also you're getting only X. Horrible, no? Nobody will work for such a work, right? After every few months, after a few years, we expect a growth. In fact, people change their jobs not because they don't like the job sometimes. They feel, यहाँ पे मेरा growth नहीं हो रहा है. I'm not getting my growth is not happening here. I'm stagnating, right? So I change my job. Therefore, at every point of time, growth is important. Today we are interested in talking about our inner growth, not financial growth or physical growth or physiological growth or mental growth. Today we want to talk about our spiritual growth, which is not seen externally, but it is the growth of the Bhakti Lata Bij, the transcendental seed which is inherent in our heart. We are all born in this world with that seed. And when we get the association of very sincere devotees, right, then that seed may get an environment with their blessings to sprout, right? And then our job is to nurture that. What is that seed about? It is said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunoy Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karaye Uday. Right? This seed is the most powerful seed because the seed has the potential, when nurtured, when taken care of, when it grows, to give us the most divine fruit. I heard we are going to have this new place very soon. Tomorrow is a very crucial meeting. And once we get that place, hopefully tomorrow, then the first festival will be a mango festival. So we are offering Krishna the most dearmost fruit he likes. Of course, it's a dear fruit which we also like. Usually we give Krishna what we like, right? So the fruit, right? So this is far more wonderful than a mango fruit, right? This is the fruit of love. Our hearts, our souls, our consciousness can never be satisfied with anything of this world till we get that fruit of love of God. That is what we've been aspiring for. That is what our heart hankers for. And everything else in this world is simply a pale substitute for that love. Because we don't have that love, we look for that love in mundane things like people, laptops, cars, saris, jewelry. We start loving things and people, but that's a very poor substitute for the person whom we want to truly love. That is the most lovable person, Sri Krishna. So today we want to see what can nurture the growth of that seed, right? What is the fertilizer what we can use, right, which will augment, which will nourish the rapid growth of that particular Bhakti Lata Bij, which all of us have inherited and all of us have really experienced in our heart. Yeah. So we will take a beautiful journey to South India now, very far away from Cincinnati. But some of you may have visited this place. So we have, these are the very, very holy Divya Sthanams as per the Sri Sampradaya propounded by Sripad Ramanujacharya. So we have Pushpa Mandap, which is Tirupati, is called Pushpa Mandap. Then you have Bhoga Mandap is Sri Rangam. And of course we have Tyaga Mandap, which is Sri Kanchipur Dham. Right? And these are very holy places. So, he was a disciple of Parashar. So Ramanujacharya had Various disciples, one of them was Parashar Bhatta, and his disciple was a great personality called as Ananta Acharya, right? Who was the next successor. So Anacharya had many disciples. And before we talk about a very important incident which took place in his mutt, where one of his devotees asked him a very special question, right? Because like in ISKCON we have this, we say after a class, any questions? And some people will ask some questions, right? Similarly, I believe that he must have given a nice talk and that he must have asked for a question from his disciples. So one said, Gurudev, can I ask a question? I said, what? So he said, yes, what is the question? I said, Gurudev, can you tell me what are the qualifications for a person to achieve self-realization? Very powerful, beautiful question. What are the virtues required for achieving self-realization? How to achieve Atma Sakshatkar? How can I realize my own self? Right? Before we talk about that, we want to understand something about who this great Acharya is. I'm sorry. Okay. I missed the link. Parashar Bhatta told him to go. Yeah, Parashar Bhatta, sorry. The question was asked to Parashar Bhatta. I'm sorry. I'm to rewind thoda. So, Parashar Bhatta, who is the successor of Ramacharya, was asked this question. His disciple asked Parashar Bhatta, okay, what is the virtues required for achieving realization of the self? And Parashar Bhatta said, you should go and ask this question to Anantacharya. Right? Go and ask this question to him. So, why did he send his disciple to Anantacharya? And who is Anantacharya? Now, Anantacharya was not there at Sri Rangam. He was living at that time in a place called as Tirupati. Right? So, who is this Anantacharya? And what is the power, what is the glory of this great Acharya to be able to answer this question? We will understand in a few minutes.
So we know that Sri Rangam and Tirupati, they are not just next to each other. Right? You have to walk a distance over there. So this, as we said, he told him to ask the question to Anantacharya, who was staying in Tirupati. Now, if you want something and you go and approach somebody that, I want this, and that person says, go several kilometers away and get it. So, you will say, forget it. Wow, who's going to take all the effort to go so far to get something? But if you are serious about something, you desperately understand the importance of it and the need of it, you will go to any extent in any part of the world to get it. This devotee was so serious, he was ready to go all the way to Tirupati to meet Anantacharya. And why Anantacharya? Again, if there is somebody who wants to, consult a doctor, suppose, for example, then if I have a gynec problem, I will go to a gynecologist. I am not going to go to an orthopedic surgeon. And if I have some dental problem, again, I am not going to go to a pediatrician or somebody, I will go to a dentist. So, you go to a specialized person in that particular field. So, why did Parashar Muni tell this devotee to understand self-realization from Anantacharya? Because he was a special consultant in this particular field. And how that was so, that when we will understand that who is Anantacharya, it will make it very clear. Why was it that he was asked to go all the way there to him? Is this okay? Okay. So, one time Anantacharya, there was a group of devotees sitting with Ramanujacharya. and he was doing katha. Ramanujacharya in Sri Rangam was doing katha. And he was explaining how Kanchipuram is Tyag Mandapam, and Sri Rangam is Bhoga Mandapam, and Tirupati is Pushpa Mandapam. So he said that for the service of Balaji, I want that somebody should go to Tirupati and make a Pushpa Vatika, a garden, a flower garden. Anybody amongst you would like to volunteer? Now, it's not like today that you take a flight and you reach the top of the mountain and you are there at Tirupati. Tirupati is a area of 7 hills. So you have to climb the hills, go over 7 hills, and then you will reach the Venkateshwar hill on which Lord Venkateshwar is there. And there were no steps or anything like there are now, or ropeways or anything. You had to climb on hands and legs and go up there. So who's going to volunteer to do that? And above that, Ramanujacharya, who is your guru, he is sitting here. So who will leave the association of the spiritual master and go somewhere far? I mean, we want to sit with our spiritual master. So for several reasons, nobody was volunteering. And then Ramanujacharya said that whoever will take up this service will get special mercy. And Anantacharya put up his hand and he said, I will go to Tirupati. So he was very happy, Ramanujacharya. And Anantacharya and his wife, they walked all the way to Tirupati, and then they made this beautiful Pushpa Vatika there, a flower garden. But flowers need what? Water to make them grow. So they had to dig a kund, like a lake around it. So they had a small lake. But then over the period of time, they wanted to expand the lake. And they started excavating more land to increase the length and breadth of the lake. Now during this time, nobody else was staying up. It's only Anantacharya and his wife who were staying up. So both of them had to do all the mehnat. Take the spade and do it, and then collect it in the basket, and then go several kilometers like over the hill and throw the mound over there and then come back over here. So Anantacharya would dig and his wife would carry it on in the basket on her head and go all the way there and throw. But during this time she was pregnant. So it was, I mean, for a pregnant lady to do so much of kashta, it was very, very heartbreaking. Right? To whom? To Balaji. To the Lord. So what if the Lord decide that I have to help my devotee, right? So he took the form of a young Brahman boy and he came over there and he asked Anantacharya that, please, let me allow me to help you to dig this particular lake, and I can take the mud and put it over there. So Anantacharya, with folded hands, what did he tell him? Now today we are in that situation, somebody comes to help, he says, come, I'll get some rest, But what did Anantacharya say? He said, the only wealth which I have got is what? Seva to my spiritual master. And this is the service my Guru has given me. So please do not take that away from me. He folded his hands and he told him, please, I cannot allow you, because my service to my Guru is my only connection to him. So please, you go. So he did not heed to him. And again he was seeing that so much mehnat these people are doing. So he thought that maybe Anantacharya will not agree. So he thought maybe women have a softer heart. So he approached the wife and he said that, Mata, please, allow me to help you. I cannot bear to see you do so much of tapasya. So she said, but my husband told you no. If he sees, he will get very upset. He's saying, but he will not see only. We'll do one thing. You bring, when he gives you the mound of dirt, you bring it till the few steps over here, and across over the hill I will take it and I will go all the way down to the valley, throw it and bring it back and give you the empty gamela, and you take it back and show him. So he will not know only. If he sees, he'll get upset. Na? If he doesn't see only, then... So then, and he told in such a sweet, endearing, enchanting way that she agreed. And then he started this whole process started happening. She would take to a particular point, then he would pick it up. But Anantacharya started noticing that the process is happening faster than it was happening before. Because the wife would take little more time and this boy was chappal, and he would give. So he said, Dal mein kuch kala hai. So then he asked his wife that how you are coming so fast. So of course she was not a Kalyug wife, so she could not lie to him. She told the truth that actually please forgive me, but he came to me and I just could not tell him no. So he came and Anantacharya became so upset, he picked up a stick and he went to that boy and he said, I told you do not do this, and he started chasing him. And he started running through the hills and then he climbed a tree. And Anantacharya is standing down and saying, you come down. So he said, no, please forgive me, for this. And if you let me go, then I will give you this golden ring and I will give you, he just started telling him, I will give you this and I will give you that. So Anantacharya said, okay, let him at least come down, then I will beat him. So he just apparently appeared to agree to him. And as soon as the boy came down, again he started running behind the boy. And this time the boy started running zigzag. So that when you run straight, it's easy to catch. But like this, it's difficult. And suddenly he disappeared into the temple of Venkateshwar. And Anantacharya followed him inside and he saw him enter into the altar. So, but it was not the time for the darshan to open. So he was waiting, okay, he's in the altar. Now where will he go? There are no doors and windows in the altar. This is the only place from where he can enter. So he waited over there till the pujari came there. And when the pujari came over there, he said, listen, this one naughty fellow has hidden inside. You please open and catch him by the ears and bring him to me. I want to teach him a lesson, for doing this. So the pujari opened the door and he started looking everywhere and the boy was nowhere. But what did he see? Balaji was there. And what had happened is that when he was running zigzag, this boy, he, just to scare him, sometimes, to scare him, you just throw something to scare the child. So Anantacharya had the spade in his hand, right, which he was digging with. So he had thrown the spade just on the side to scare him, but because he was running zigzag, the spade had scraped his chin, Balaji's chin. So when he went inside and he saw that there was no boy inside the altar except Balaji's chin was bleeding. And at that time Anantacharya realized that it was no ordinary boy, it was Balaji himself who had come to do what? Help him out. And he said, and I hurt him. He was feeling so horrible about it. So he immediately took some herbs and mixed it with chandan and then he took it and he applied it over here. And till date, right, if you have this is the garden of Anantacharya and this is the lake over there which is still there. And if you see Balaji on his chin, to commemorate the devotion and the love of his devotee, till date they apply this. So Balaji himself told the pujari that I want this every day to be offered to me, camphor, chandan and these herbs which Anantacharya has offered. So this is the story of the chandan on the chin, right? And then like this Anantacharya started staying over there and they started making the garden and then slowly he had some disciples with him and all. And apparently it was a very ordinary seva, right? If suppose somebody told you that, what service? Just grow a garden, water the flowers and all. You say, come on, I can build a temple. You're telling me such a ordinary seva and all. But for a devotee, it is not the seva which is ordinary or extraordinary, whatever. The fact that what my guru has told me to do, even if it is the smallest and most insignificant of seva, you are eager to do. So Anantacharya's devotion was so much that every day from the flowers which he was growing, he would pick up the flowers and make a garland and offer it to the Lord. And in fact, he would even pick up tulsi and tulsi har and he would offer to Balaji. You can see, on Balaji, they always have beautiful flower garlands. That's why it is known as Pushpa Mandap, right? So one day while he was doing this seva, a cobra came and bit him. And his disciples noted this. What did they note? That Guru Maharaj has been bitten by a cobra. So they said, Maharaj, please, you go and take some medical treatment. But he said, no, my seva is left. I cannot leave my service and go. And he started continuing with it, and they were feeling that the poison is going to spread all over. They kept on pleading to him, but he would not leave his service and go anywhere. So ultimately, when Guru doesn't concede to something which your request, then whom do you go to? God. Guru or God, right? So they straight away they went to Balaji and they told him, oh my Lord, our Gurudev has been bitten by a snake. Please, can you help him? And can you convince him that he should take some treatment? So then after several hours, when he came with the garland to meet Balaji, so Balaji told him that, what is this, Anantacharya, I am hearing? You have been bitten by this cobra and you don't want to take treatment. Your body is not your property. It's my property. So you have to take treatment. And look at the answer Anantacharya gives him. Anantacharya says, my Lord, which snake are you talking about? I have been bitten by, my body has been bitten by the snake of envy, pride, lust, anger. I have been bitten by this snake several times. And my soul has been bitten by that snake, and this snake has bitten my body. So if my body is dead, it's okay, but my soul is getting affected, and my seva is the treatment for my soul. So whose treatment I should do first, of my body or soul? Right? So the Lord began to cry that what type of a Vaishnava and what type of a devotee is he of mine, that he is not ready to give up my seva. For us, we are ready to give up seva at a drop of a hat. Something happens, some disturbance, some sickness, as we always say, if you don't have fever, but you are fever-ish, little bit of fever, and we say, today I am sick, I cannot do my seva, I cannot go to a program, I am having some little bit of headache or whatever, and we will not do our service. We will try to find a replacement. I cannot come for my cooking seva or whatever. But here is a devotee who will not give up his service for anything, because he understands the value that service is my only connection to my Guru and the Lord. Right? Then several incidents are there like that. One time when they were traveling from one place to the other, they were carrying prasadam from Balaji, from Tirupati to wherever they were going, and several miles they had already walked. And when they sat down for a little bit of rest after some long, like maybe a day or something, and they opened the dabba and the whole box was full of ants. So devotees said that, just let's shoo off the ants. What do you do if the dabba is full of ants? You just want to remove the ants. But what did Anantacharya do? He immediately closed the dabba and he started walking back. So they said, Guruji, Guru Maharaj, where are you going? He said, no, I am going back to Tirupati because these ants are Dhamvasis and we have taken them out of the Dham. We have to go and return them to the Dham, So look at the consciousness of a Vaishnava. What he thinks, how he does anything. What was that other last time of... Anyway, so like this, several pastimes took place where he was, showing that seva is the primary thing. And in this way, that is why Anantacharya was so dear to the Lord. And now going back to the story, when Parashar Muni told this devotee to go to Anantacharya, so he came to Anantacharya to ask the question.
So he came to this holy place, Tirupati, on the top of the hill. He climbed with great ardent journey, and he reached the top of the hill, and he offered obeisance to Anantacharya and said, I have come from my spiritual master. And he sent me to you with a special question. I said, what is your question? So my question is, what are the virtues required for achieving self-realization? So he didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question, right? He said, okay, now you just stay over here, we'll see what to do. So, yes, serve in the ashram. So he became an ashramite. He became a resident of the ashram of Anandacharya. And he would participate in all the regular activities like they have it, like we have in ISKCON, like a brahmachari, getting him in the morning, doing this seva, that seva, this and that, chanting, reading, serving the deity of Sri Balaji. And like that he went, so many days passed away. And somehow he is not getting his answer. In this way, serving, doing all that is necessary, whatever is told to him, 6 long months passed and there is still no answer from Anandacharya. One fine day, there was a bhandara and there was a feast in the Tirupati temple. And on that particular day, we were expecting a lot of devotees, a lot of pilgrims, a lot of pious souls to come and participate in that bhandara. So there was a whole huge queue of people coming from the hill down, and they were all coming for honoring the prasad of Sri Balaji. So as they were coming, Anandacharya said, they all sitting there, now you take a bucket and offer prasad to everybody. So he took his bucket, whatever he was, right, and he started serving them prasad. And after that particular row of people was over, he went and sat for his own prasad. So Anandacharya said, get up. Serve these people and then you can eat. So then by the time the next row of people had come, so he served them also, right? And then again he went and sat down. So in this way, couple of times sat down and Guru Maharaj said, no, people are coming. Don't you see? Serve them. They're coming. Wait, don't sit. In this way, from early morning, the line had started. It became late evening, and at last, after a long day of serving, at last, when everyone had gone, he sat down. Right? When he sat down, his other said, "Come here." You had a question, right? What is your question? After 6 months. So he asked his question. So with a very, very happy smile on his face. Everyone remembers the question? What is the question? Correct. So he asked his question again and smiled at him with great love, great satisfaction, and a very pleasant state of consciousness. He said, "My dear devotee, the virtues required for self-realization are to live a life like a crane, a cock, like salt, and like you." So he didn't understand. ये कैसा आंसर है? It should be like a crane, it should be like a cock, it should be like salt, and be like you, right? So he was confused. He got a very cryptic answer, but he got the answer nonetheless. So he offered his obeisances, and very soon he left the ashram and he returned back to Srirangam. After a long 6 months, when he reached there, Parasar asked him, "Did you get your answer?" I said, "Yes, Guru Maharaj." "What is the answer did he give?" See, they were god brothers. They were very, very close, very, very intimate friends. Parashar and Anandacharya were god brothers, right? So he was very eager to know what was the revelation, the answer of such a great friend of mine, who was a great soul, is a pure devotee of the Balaji. What did he tell you? I said, "Please tell me, what did he tell you?" He said, "I should live like a cock, I should live like a crane, like salt, and I should live like myself." So then, "Maharaj, I don't understand this. Please, can you tell me what the meaning of this reply?" And he said, "Okay, sit down, I will tell you." Right? So, and then he started explaining, because Parasar Bhatta also is a very empowered devotee. He is a very, very great soul. It wants to know one. So it was a cryptic answer, but then he elaborated. And that elaboration is something which we all need to hear carefully, because in that lies the wisdom which he shared is something which this was spoken maybe 1,000 years ago, right? Ramanujacharya was there about 1,000 years ago. But the wisdom is eternal. Whether it is for all sadhakas like you and myself, this wisdom is still something which we want to eagerly hear, imbibe and practice and live a life as per that wisdom shared. So let's talk about the crane. What are the traits, attributes which we learn from a crane, right? So if we remember, right, a crane is a person who stands, the flow of water is there, the stream is there, we call it jharna, whatever, a canal of water is flowing, right? And then he stands on one leg, like a yogi, right? But he is focused, is very focused, right? Focused on his prey. His prey is the fish. So, sometimes small fishes, shrimps, all may just pass through. But he lets them go, right? But when he gets a big fish, as you can see in this picture, when he gets a big fish, it just grabs the fish, right? Similarly, the two things which the crane teaches is opportunity and focus in life. That means he waits for the right opportunity. There are other things which are coming and going, so there are so many things happening in life. But when you get the right opportunity for the right thing, then we should be very, very open to grab that opportunity. For example, in Krishna consciousness, we heard from Srila Prabhupada, and whatever opportunities Prabhupada got to preach Krishna consciousness, he did not let go even the smallest opportunity, right? He knocked on so many doors. He went to Jhansi, for example, right? In Jhansi he went, and Jhansi he tried to see if he can start the League of Devotees. He saw the particular building. The building was carrying the Mahamantra down there, and it's called Radha Bhavan. So this is the building which Krishna has made for me, right? So he started staying there. He began his League of Devotees worldwide. And so Prabhupada, whatever opportunity he had, he met any businessman. Actually, I want to go to America because my Guru Maharaj has given this order to me. If you can anyway help me. He went and he told so many people. And then of all the so many people he must have told, this one particular Mathura businessman, Silke Swamiji is looking for, he's looking very eager. He sent a sponsor letter to be sent to Gopal Agarwal in Butter, Pennsylvania. So Prabhupada was a person who was always looking for opportunities to preach Krishna consciousness. Similarly, what opportunities we may get for enhancing our Krishna consciousness, right? We should never miss a satsang program, any seva which is there. Now, opportunities are many. In our house, we have so many books, for example. There is so much opportunity for actually reading them and enhancing them, right? But sometimes we are very callous. The presence of laziness and a complacent approach means we will have opportunities will come and opportunity will just pass away when we will miss them. So in this way, not to miss any opportunity to enhance our Krishna consciousness. So if we are rightly situated, then our intelligence is tuned into this is good for me. And in this way, even when things are happening in our life on a daily basis, if we are tuned into and your opportunity is there, we learn from life experiences also. And when you're tuned into Krishna consciousness, Krishna is giving so many experiences in life are happening, but we don't learn many things from them, right? But when we are tuned to Krishna consciousness, every opportunity we have, right, is opportunity for learning about Krishna. Sometimes the acharyas say that even looking at the sun, we look at the sun sometimes. What do we learn anything from the sun? We look at the sun, we say we get some vitamin D, okay, khatam ho gaya. Right? But when you look at the sun, and you meditate on the sun, it's opportunity for remembering Krishna. Krishna says, I am the light of the sun and the moon. And if you meditate any further, this is Hiranyagarbha, this is Surya Narayan. This is Brahma Jyoti coming into the material world through the sun, right? So we can meditate in this way. Everything which we see and do in our life actually, because everything is connected to Krishna. Krishna is present in everything and everything is present in Krishna. So if we are tuned into the right consciousness, we can really perceive Krishna in our day-to-day life. So we don't have to really, yes, we should see Krishna in the deity, definitely. We should see Krishna in the devotees, yes. But if we are tuned into it properly, we can see Krishna everywhere, everywhere. Because we are tuned into, and therefore Krishna gives us so many opportunities to do that. So that is one important thing. And the important thing of being focused in life. For Grihasthas, this is so important, right? For Grihasthas, our life is sometimes ridden with a lot of complexities, right? Because we have so much on our head running our family, right? Prabhupada is like running an empire, right? Even though the family is, how many people are there? Maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 people in the family. But running a family today in Kali Yuga is like a big achievement. If somebody can run a family properly, he feels that कि मैंने बहुत बड़ा काम कर दिया. मैंने बहुत बड़ा मेरा जिम्मेदारी निभाया. He feels that he's done a big thing he has done. He is running his family nicely, right? So it requires so much energy, so much of thinking, so much of planning, so much of execution, and just running that family and making this happen, doing a job and responsible for the job and keeping the boss happy and keeping the colleagues in good spirit, etc. It's so complex. And doing all that and more, our mind becomes defocused. The goal of life is not to just run a family. Right? The goal of life is not just to do a job and earn some money and raise our children. The goal of life, as we said, is to nourish the Bhaktilita beach, Krishna Prem, Kripar Samudra Dina Hina Daya Moy, Krishna Bhakti Vina Kono Sukh Nahi Hoy. Mahaprabhu is saying this very beautiful words, right? That without Krishna Bhakti, Kono Sukh Nahi Hoy. Right? Whatever sukh you're looking for, no matter how much you take care of the family, it won't give you the rewards which you're looking for in the heart. However good you do your job and earn money out of it, it will not satisfy the soul. It's guaranteed, right? The soul is looking only for Krishna. Like George Harrison's book was there, if you remember, the foreword of George Harrison's Krishna book. Everyone is looking for happiness. Everyone looking for Krishna, right? We are Krishna premis, right? We are all looking for Krishna. Therefore, somehow that to not lose that focus in life is so very important. So very important. Of course, it starts with good sadhana and everything else. We won't go into detail of that. But the fact of the matter is that do not allow anything in our life to take precedence over the goal of life. Right? Everything comes afterwards. Therefore, we start the day with sadhana bhakti. And then we talk about our jobs and other things and our family and everything else, right? So keeping strong focus is very important. Very important. Otherwise, what can happen is life is passing by, and we don't know when that last time will come. To remain focused. When Khatavanga Maharaj, when he was fighting this war, he was doing his prescribed duty. His prescribed duty was to be a king, right? But he was asked to come to Swargaloka because he was such a valorous king that the demigods wanted his help. So he fought for the demigods, and the demigods were very pleased with him, right? And after defeating the asuras, the demigods said, "We bless you. Ask for any vardhan." He said, "How much time do I have in this world?" He said, "You have only one moment." What is called as, in our understanding, is one muhurat. One muhurat is equal to only 48 minutes. You have only 48 minutes to live in this world. Immediately, he descended from Swargaloka and came to, because Swargaloka is a bhog yoni. So, staying there, apsara and all that. So, it's not a right place. So, he came to earth because he was focused on the goal of life. The moment he was asked what you want, his goal was very clear. Prabhupada, if you read the purport of Prabhupada, Prabhupada exalts this, that at every point.
He was so punctual. Came and then he started to call. No, he is so punctual and regulated in his life. Right? Very important things. Like, 11th canto there teaches that how many gurus are there? There are how many gurus? How many? 24 gurus? 24 gurus. Everyone is a guru. Ocean is a guru, the tree is a guru, the mountain is a guru, the sun is a guru. If a person wants to learn, if we are in the learning mode, we can learn from anybody. But if we want to be dead, dull, then you will not learn from even your teacher, like who is supposed to teach you. But a person who is very intelligent, observant, active, from anything he can learn. So these are examples like that. That what do we learn from a cock? We learn regulation and punctuality, right? Sometimes you get up at this time, sometimes you get up at that time. But we see that those devotees who lead a very regulated life, the older generation, for example, our parents and all, it's natural for them. Sometimes we meet, elder people, they say, 4 o'clock, after that we are not able to sleep only. And for us, it's a struggle to get up even at 5:30, 6:30. It's a struggle, But because they led a very regulated life, they slept early, they got up early, their health is also much better than what our health is. Automatically, because regulation brings mental and physical health. Both types of health are possible when you have regulation in life, isn't it? So the cock teaches this very important principle, that regulate your life and do things in a, set pattern, have some timetable. Emergencies you can always, accommodate. But every day cannot be an emergency, right? But for us, every day is an emergency. No 2 days are similar. One day we do this time, we sleep late, we get up late, and we don't eat on time, and the health goes for a toss, Lunch is at 5 o'clock in the evening, and because what do? Lifestyle has become today like that. Jobs are that way. But still, with all those challenges, if we are going to be able to regulate our life little, it will be of great help. We see that in the life of Prabhupada. Wherever he was, whatever he was doing, he took massage at a particular time. He went for morning walks at a particular time. He had prasad. If it was 12 o'clock, wherever he was, he would sit down to eat. Whether it was in the flight or he was driving down somewhere, then he would ask the driver would, park the car and find some lawn or, under a tree, he would sit and eat. But he was quite regulated, and that was one of the reasons why in his old age also he could do so much of, hectic lifestyle. He could do it because he was quite regulated, right? So very important lesson we have to learn is regulated from the cock. Also, the cock is always vigilant. You've seen the cock, he's always, looking out for danger. And as soon as they will see danger, he will start cawing also. So, to learn how to be vigilant in our life, we cannot just, we have to see that, Maya is where? Everywhere. Maya is everywhere. From where she will attack us, we do not know. Subtle forces are there. Gross forces are there. Subtle though is very far ka thing. We are so vulnerable to even gross. Something you see and you get carried away. Some nice smell, some food, sense objects over there, hearing, all are, Indriyas, they are all so vulnerable. And if we are not vigilant, even one of the senses, as it is said in Bhagavad Gita, can carry you away like a boat in the wind, right? It can take you away. So one of the very, very important qualities of a devotee is to be vigilant. Have self-analysis, keep asking ourselves that, am I going on the right track, right? That is why these type of discussions help us, that we are trying to keep, introspect and ask that, is everything going all right? Am I getting too carried away by something? Is my pride growing? My anger is coming? Is there some greed happening in me? Am I falling prey to something? Is my character getting affected? Right? So many levels are there at which we could become vulnerable. So we have to always be vigilant, and sometimes if you are having a problem trying to remind yourself to be vigilant, you have to have close association of friends, of other devotees whom we give the adhikar that if you see something in me, I am going wrong, Prabhu, please correct me. Please tell me, if I isolate myself, who is going to tell me? Right? Who's going to tell me? I'll think I am the perfect. I am the most, I am the best devotee. Like now, what more can I do? I'm already doing so much. We'll end up doing that. But when we have close friends, they observe us. But today, we don't give them the adhikar. Even if somebody will try to tell you, you'll say, enough. I know what I'm doing. Who are you? Who are you to tell me? For even a simple thing as, we have noted that if you are chanting Hare Krishna, you are sleeping and somebody wakes you up, and you look at them as if, what's your problem, Why are you disturbing me? Even that much you are not able to take it from somebody, that much correction on a gross level. What to talk of is somebody say, Prabhu, I think you are getting very proud, or you are envious of some other Vaishnava. You are not behaving properly, you are doing this. That too is intolerable. We will never be able to take. So vigilance is this, that we develop close friendship to that extent that people are able to tell us, then we are safe. Otherwise, you are the most vulnerable person. As somebody wise has said, the most unfortunate person is that one whom nobody can tell anything to. Who will bell the cat? Who will bell the cat? So we have to understand that we do not have to behave in such a way that nobody will come forward. You know the story of that captain, right? People, and this especially happens for those sometimes who get into leadership position. One time there was a fire in a building, and the firemen came and they held a net and told everybody jump, and they were catching everybody. So everybody jumped and they caught, and then last the captain was jumping. So when the captain jumped, they left the net and he broke his bones. So he said, why did you do that? He's saying, because we were supposed to do like this, no? So nobody saved him, Nobody saved him. So that's why it's important that we do not pose our personality in such a way that, I am beyond. Then we will fall and have such a big fall that you will not be able to lift ourselves up, right? So vigilance, first of all, we should be vigilant. Of course, it's little more easier for grihasthas, because whether you like it or no, our partners are always there to correct us. Something or the other. They are check and balance without asking for. We give advice to each other, that, hey, don't do this, don't do this. So a little bit you are safe, but still, friends are at one level, partners are at one level. Let us try to develop that deep friendship among each other in association, that we can help each other to see signals. If we are going wrong. So vigilance is one. And the third most important thing is that the cock is always, you can see, they are always picking up something from the ground. What are they picking up? Yeah, they will not pick up trash. They will pick up some food. So they will pick up positive things and leave the negative things behind. So they also teach us positive attitude in life, right? Positive thinking, positive outcome, talk positive, feel positive, think positive. You must have seen many people wear the t-shirts, right? Be positive. The best blood group is B positive. How many of you all have B positive blood group? Arey wah. So being positive in life, today it's so easy to be negative. It's very natural. Anything happens, we are in the complaining mode, isn't it? Climate is not okay, we are complaining. The whatever traffic jam is there, we are complaining. So easy to complain. We become so negative about it, people. Even people around, when you see, it's very easy to see the negative than to see the positive. Positive, you have to try to make an effort to see, but negative, see? I knew it, I knew it. It had to be like that. So it's very easy for us to see the negative, but we learn from the cock that the more we will learn how to see positive in other people, which is a big challenge, not that we are saying it so easy. It's a big challenge to see that, because sometimes there is some faults in people. However, still, in spite of that, if we learn this art, that you try to neglect or oversee, and that happens only when we love people. When we love people, if you don't like somebody, the most positive thing you see it as negative only. And if you hate somebody, no, I said it the other way around. If you hate somebody, the most positive thing you will see as negative, no matter what that person bichara does, But if you love somebody, then the most negative thing, like a mother. So in relationships, somebody said very beautifully that when it comes to relationships, we should become like a mother to everybody. The mother only sees positive, even if the child is doing she, shoo, everything all over her. Just oh chiku chiku, everything. As Prabhupada said, it smells like aguru and chandan to them. Why? Because of simply out of love. So right, when we love people, we will become more positive, and that's what religion is all about. How to teach us how to love God, how to love people, how to love everything, everyone around us. So we have to, it is something which we need to cultivate in this negative age. It's very difficult because of Kali Yuga, but we have to make an effort of being little more positive in our thoughts, because thoughts will lead to words and words will lead to action. If you think positive, you will talk positive. If you talk positive, you will feel positive. If you feel positive, you will act positive. So that is one of the things. And one other side angle to it is is what? That we should be open to positive feedbacks from people. How many of us like to give feedbacks? We all. Self-appointed feedback givers, right? But how many of us like to take feedback? It's very nice. If you like it, it's more, you are Paramahamsa, we should take dust from your feet. Liking is another thing. How many of us are even able to tolerate the feedback? That as soon as somebody starts saying, bas. I know. But again, as we said, who will give us feedback? Who will give us positive feedback? Somebody who loves us. Like parents give feedback to children, they love us, so they are going to give. So in a community also, when we develop such relationship, let us understand that giving a feedback is also an art. It's not what you say, it's how you say. If you give a positive feedback, it will always harness our relationship. If we give a negative in a negative way, then it affects our relationship, right? So the cock teaches us so many of these beautiful lessons. As we are getting late, we will move forward.
And we come to something which we do every day. We use salt every day, right? But it is a great guru. It's a great teacher, salt, right? So, what do we learn from salt? Now, when you put salt in food, when you eat food, you say, "Aaj sabji is very nice. Today sabji is excellent." Northern kurma or what else? Methi malai matar, right? The sabji was excellent, right? Because the spicing was good. Did you ever appreciate a sabji by saying the salt was perfect? Did you ever say that? All of you have tasted the best of prasad in ISKCON, right? But did you ever say, "Kya prasad banaya tha?" Mataji, wonderful, feast was excellent, prasad was great, right? Did you ever appreciate the salt in the food? No. But imagine when the salt was not there in that dish, what would have happened? Right? Immediately you will see. Right? If all the spicing is perfect, but the salt is not there, katam. Kuch maja nahi aaya. Right? No fun. So, the salt is giving the flavor, but it is to be given in the right balance. If it is more salt, gadbad. If it is no salt or less salt, not good. Just the right balance. Salt, believe it or not, teaches us this great lesson of how to live a life of balance. we tend to get drawn to different things, too much drawn to a particular thing. To maybe somebody is drawn to too much of health, too much is drawn towards his family, too much is drawn towards his career, too much drawn towards his physical beauty, or too much drawn towards weight reduction. What could be anything. Temple activities. We get drawn into different things, right? But everyone can understand that just like you have a balanced diet when you eat, you have protein, carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, etc. Then you have a healthy, you remain healthy. But if you eat only carbs or only proteins or only fat, you have gadbada. You won't be unhealthy. Similarly, right, our life has to remain in a state of balance, right? When you give adequate time to various activities, adequate emphasis to various activities, life remains in balance. So salt teaches you the art of balance. Salt is invisible. When you put tadka, you see the rai, you see the jeera. Do you see salt when you put it? When the dish is made, salt becomes inconspicuous, right? Therefore, when we do our services, we don't want to really project ourselves. We want to do whatever we do, but we want to remain like salt, inconspicuous. When Dukhi was serving in the Mahaprakash Leela, we find that Mahaprabhu was asking, do my Abhishek, sing my Abhishek song. So Nityananda Prabhu is there, Tadvajacharya is there on this side, and they're singing, and Srivas Thakur is singing the Abhishek song, and Mahaprakash Leela Srivas Angan, right? And then they're getting pots and pots and pots and pots and pots from Ganga to bathe the Lord in the Mahaprakash Leela. Mahaprabhu was very happy. The Abhishek is over, he said, who is that? Who was that? Srivas, who is that? He said, that is my maid servant. What is her name? Her name is Dukhi. Right? Now she was most inconspicuous type of lady. She was not even in that room where the Abhishek was going on. She was on the side room, just arranging the pots. The pots arranged in a row, so there is no clash, there is no breakage, there is no impediment to the service of the Lord. But the Lord noticed, who is that? Who is? So the Lord does not see who is right in front. The Lord sees somebody who is right behind. As we say, the limelight. Generally, we want to remain in the limelight. He's a frontline devotee. The frontline Mataji. Frontline matlab jhanda leke aage ekdam, right? Like that. But whether you are in front or whatever it is, we want to really do whatever is necessary and remain in the background. Very important, right? Because if you want to the spotlight, the world will see you, and also Maya will say, oh, welcome to the spotlight. And then Maya knows how to handle you properly, right? And when you come in her, what you call changul, right? It's very difficult to get rid of it, right? But you remain in the background. The salt remains always inconspicuous. Very, very important, right? As I said before, the salt gets no credit for its presence, right? It gives a perfect taste to the dish, but gets no credit. A good devotee, a good Vaishnava who's seeking growth of his Bhakti Beach does not want to take credit for whatever he has done. Generally, we like to take credit. ये उसने नहीं किया, मैंने किया है. She didn't do it. Prabhuji, actually I was there and I was doing that. We want the credit, right? If you want the credit, you will get the credit, but you will lose Krishna's mercy, it is said. Those who want credit will get the credit, but they lose Krishna's mercy. So we do not blow our trumpet. We don't ask for credit. In the material world, people want credit, right? But in spiritual life, even if you get the credit, you pass it to whom? To the spiritual master. You turn it around and give it back to the Vaishnavas. Prabhuji, actually, you are telling me, but the whole team has done it. It was the mercy of the Vaishnavas. They gave me the service. I'm grateful that they gave me the service to do. The glory goes to the person who gave me the service. Right? And he helped and she helped and they helped. And because of that, this has come out the way it has come out. Right? So you pass the credit to the Vaishnavas, you pass it to your spiritual master. One great sannyasi was asked by one of his disciples, he said, when he was offering a garland to sannyasi, and said, Maharaj, when we offer garland to you, what do you think? He said, I offer the garland to my spiritual master. That's what I think. Right? So in the act of offering a garland, right, he's so conscious that this garland, they're giving it to me, but because I'm a teeny little representative of my spiritual master, so the credit should go to him. Right? Now Prabhupada, what to talk about this garland and Chota Mota Seva? Prabhupada is the one who has made the whole world Krishna conscious. And do you find Prabhupada ever even seeking a small credit for what he did? That all of you are like the representatives of my Guru Maharaj, who are assisting me in my service to my Guru Maharaj. Prabhupada was so transparent, so non-credit seeking person, and so much to learn from him. He never took any credit for all that he did and more. Right? We are all here because of Prabhupada. Right? Prabhupada took no credit. He passed every credit to his spiritual master. Right? So salt, therefore, has got a lot of lessons to learn. So all our, when we eat our prasadam, when our matas are using salt every day from the dabba, if you can think of the salt, in a more little philosophical way, rather than from a taste point of view, in a little philosophical way, the salt is a great guru. Salt is a guru. Right? You can learn from the salt. Yeah. And last, of course, Anandacharya had said that those who are seeking self-realization should be like you, right? So a question I can open up to all of you now. What virtues did you find in this devotee who traveled from Srirangam to Tirupati, which made him so creditable in the eyes of Anandacharya that devotee should be just like you? What gunas, what virtues do you find in him? Yes, Mataji. Yes. Yes. Somebody said, what? Yes, Mataji, you were saying something? Patience. Right? Now, if somebody asks a question in a program, somebody asks a question, any questions? Then somebody will ask him, Prabhuji, what about that? And if you take 6 months to answer that question, he said, I will answer. You answer after 6 months. I said, okay, Maharaj, I will wait for 6 months, but I won't answer from you. So he got answer after 6 long months, but did not lose his patience. Yes, Prabhu. Faith in his Guru Maharaj, that if my Guru Maharaj has sent me to this person, say, Maharaj, you know so many things, why are you sending me there? Itna dur bhej rahe mere ko, aap hi bol do na. You tell me the answer. Why are you sending me so far? Top of a hill, Bapare, and all snakes and crocodile, and all these, things are there. Rhinoceros is there. Guru Maharaj has said, Veda Vakya, you go to this place, he will take the answer. Right? So that faith, implicit faith in the words of Sri Guru, right? So there is so much to learn from this devotee. Any other quality you find in him?
After getting the answer, he didn't question.
What?
He got when the answer was given to him, he didn't question that why Guru Maharaj gave such a type of answer after 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
As quest for knowledge.
Quest is eagerness. What we see, this asking of questions, Prabhupada said asking questions is a sign. There was a program, I think in Aligarh, Prabhupada was sitting there, and after the program, Prabhupada, he told he went back to his room, and he told his personal servant, that time it was Hari Sorry Prabhu, said, I don't think the program was very nice. Nobody asked any questions, right? And some other program was there when Prabhupada went, and there are a lot of people who were asking questions. Said, I think the crowd is very intelligent. They ask questions. Very nice program. So it is not just based on how many people were there, but if more questions were asked, Prabhupada was happy because there was an intelligent crowd. That means they're listening, they're analyzing, they're asking questions. Right? It's a good program. So similarly, asking intelligent questions is a sign of great intelligence. Right? So this particular person was very intelligent, and the type of question he asked was so profound. So asking questions. We learn from him how to ask the right questions to the right person. So this way, his humility, he's kept on serving. He wasn't arrogant. He was told to serve for 6 months. He was doing everything that was necessary in ashram of Anandacharya. So humility was there, service attitude was there, intelligence was there, faith was there, patience was there. So a lot of divine qualities which you and I as sadhakas need in our spiritual life was actually their embodiment in this simple, wonderful Vaishnava. Right? So these are what we learn from the cock, the crane, the salt, and from you. From this great devotee. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. Anybody? Mataji.
In the last slide, there was this quote which said that humility is that not to put yourself down, but to think God has created something like that. Like in the last slide.
Last slide. Che?
Oh, I just took out.
What does it say? I don't remember what was there on the slide.
Humility is not about underestimating yourself, but it's make the
Yeah, they said humility is not to think less of yourself, but no,
Yeah.
to think about yourself less.
Yeah.
I just wanted like
You got what she said. This is very nice and very deep statement, which is often used to explain humility, right? Not to think less of yourself, but to think of yourself less, right? Because humility means I. You think of yourself always, right? Right. So that is humility. Not to think of yourself so much. Think of others. Down to earth, simple, down to earth. Yeah, Prabhu, very well. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, first of all, I want to thank you. I know you just arrived to US and I'm sure you're still jet lagged. We really appreciate the community for you to give us time in your tight schedule.
We are grateful in your tight schedule. You all could come.
You are more tighter than us. We know whatever tight schedule both of you have. Many of our matas, ladies will have such tight schedules. But you all are here today. That is wonderful.
Mataji, you said a very nice thing that, being a husband, wife or partners, you have a checklist going on all the time. And I think that's really, I felt that's a good part of being a grihastha. And then you made a comment that, you should give adhikar to other Vaishnavas to give feedback or correct you. I feel that is missing in ISKCON. I feel that people are afraid of Vaishnava Prad. They don't speak out their minds. They keep things to themselves. I've told Adiguru so many times to give me feedback, he doesn't. So I feel that's lacking. How do you say to that person that, you have the adhikar, you correct me. People are still afraid to kind of give the feedback to you.
Definitely, because sometimes, we may just land up. No, there's a difference between Vaishnava Aparadh and giving a feedback. Vaishnava Aparadh is knowingly you try to put down somebody and drag them down or something. But giving feedback is as a well-wisher, for the benefit of the person, right? But that doesn't happen just by telling each other. But we have to go deep in our relationship with each other. Like they say, there are levels of friendship which you have. One level is acquaintance, right? Second is you are a close friend. Yeah. Then there is a sakha. And then there is a surid. Surid means bandhu first. So we have to become surids. Surids means deep friend, and that takes time and energy to develop. Unless we interact with each other, take out time for each other, otherwise life is always going to be busy. Is there any time you are going to get that, today I have nothing to do? Let's do something. There never be a time like this, right? Everybody is busy. What to talk of adults, even children, they are busy. This classes, that classes, tuitions, phala, digna, everything is there. But when you know something is important, you take out the time. Isn't it? So whenever, even like you all are building temple, when we are building a temple, money will come. That's no problem. Property will come. That's not a problem. But to build a community, and community is built of what? Love and trust. So to build that is a bigger challenge than to build a temple. Temple to ho jayega. Tomorrow you will get permission also. Every meeting will go successful. I mean, all that will easily be done, I am saying. But
That is enough for them. That's why you came to India, just to get it done easily.
But the bigger challenge is this, and for that we have to take out time. It's not that we just meet when some speakers come, some guests come, because when that happens, anyways you are going to be the speaker focused, you are hearing this. But other times also you have to have the 6 loving exchanges, which is what Rupa Goswami said. You can feed back each other, call each other for feeding, please come to my house. How do you make friends? By taking out some casual time where we reveal our mind in confidence, we hear them in confidence. Or what is life offering challenge? So if you reveal your mind in confidence and hear in confidence, that helps us to go deeper. Then you develop thicker bonds. Then you can give feedback or have a little deeper level of relationship. So that's what we are talking about.
Thank you, Mataji.
Is okay? Yeah.
Yes. Satisfied.
Yeah, I'll have a question. In your experience, both building a temple and building a community, they are parallel process.
Yes.
One is, any of you could answer. One of them trails the other, or both of them go hand in hand, and one supports the other, or which one is important, or where should the attention be more?
On both, right? But still, out of the two, it's more important to have people who are more committed, then temples will be built. Right? You can have temples, but if you don't have committed people, then the temple will not run. There are so many places where there are big temples and big deities and all, but unless there are committed devotees who have this type of relationship among themselves, then temples are empty. I mean, we have visited some places where we thought we missed Bhagavatam class, but they said there is no class every day because sometimes there is audience but no speaker, and sometimes there is speaker but no audience. So huge temple, nice deities, 3 altars and all, but this is the condition. Many places is like that. And then there are some factions in, between devotees, that these devotees will not look at the face of those devotees, and even like my guru, your guru, and even in the same guru also, sets and subsets and sub-subsets and sab kuch hota hai, like that. So what is very important is trying to understand the importance of coming together and having that community feel that this is not about you, mine, you are something, I am something, your guru, and we are all one. We come together and try to forward the mission of Prabhupada and have that relationship only then, because challenges are going to come. No two people are going to think same, right? Does brother and sister also think same? No. So there will be difference of opinion. Let's not live in a hypothetical world. Okay? Everything is going to be yes, yes, yes. Whatever you say, Prabhuji, Prabhuji. This Prabhuji will think different, that Prabhuji will think different. But if you remember, we had taken one of the sessions which was very important, and we really love that session, which is called what? Living with differences. And that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, that you are different, I am different, and still we live together. And how? Because we learn how to not focus on the difference, but to focus on the common point, on a higher point, not on the lower level, right? So when we are able to do that, then temples will automatically flourish. So we have to work on both the things. Cannot just work on temple building. Along with that, of course, you need a temple. If there's a community and there's no temple, then where is the center where you're going to serve? But unless every community focuses on both the things, that's why we say even when we have lectures and all, there should be a proper balance between katha, siddha. What are the three levels?
Yeah, when we have programs, right, there could be three different types of lectures or programs given by speakers. One could be Siddhantic classes, right? Like with Nitya Bhagavad Sevaya, morning Bhagavatam class or the evening Gita class, Prabhupada installed. They are basically Siddhantic. So they should know what the philosophy is, right? Otherwise, it becomes sentimental and it won't work. Second is classes which are based on Leela Shravan, right? Ramnami hai bhai, chalo. So Ramnami, talk about Lord Ram, Govardhan Leela, Dhuru Leela. So Leela Shravan. There are a lot of devotees in ISKCON who are extremely wonderful at Leela. However, what may be a little less and needs a little more emphasis is classes and programs and seminars on Sadachar. Means how to, because Siddhantic classes sometimes people say, Prabhu itna hi-fi bolte hai, kuch samajh mein nahi aata hai, wo bolte hain, the very good hi-fi class philosophy, lekin, I mean, how do we really apply all that in our life? There will be a lot of analysis of the shloka and Sanskrit analysis and analogies and all. But when it comes to Rupantar into day-to-day life, we may fall short of that. And Leela classes are very nice because, it puts no pressure on me to just, Hari bol Prabhu, kya maja aa gaya. That Leela you told na, kabhi maine suna nahi tha, kahan se Leela hi sun ke aaye. So you learn some nice Leela, you feel very nice about it. So it gives, so there's no pressure for self-growth and improvement is necessary there. But when you have classes and discussions and seminars on self-growth based on sadachar, that puts you into a mode where you will see how you have to actually grow.
And you
right?
appreciate the Leela and the Siddhantic classes better.
Yeah. So in our arranging of programs also, we need to have programs which take together to all these needs. And we talk of balanced diet. This is the balanced type of programs which will lead to balance of the community in terms of growth. Siddhantic classes, Leela Shravan classes, and classes on Vaishnavitic and Vaishnava lifestyle. They all are equally necessary. Yeah? Prabhuji, anyone?
You all have to tell us when we have to stop. That's okay.
Last question. ठीक है? Yes.
The priority should be our eternal goal, right? Always, other than non-eternal activities, job or profession.
Yeah, temporary. Yeah.
Temporary, all these things. But those are sometimes getting impediments for our eternal goal. Impediments will like priority basis. Like the balance sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes that comes fast, though we have eternal goal. So how to come to that?
Yeah. So, two things help devotees when you hear the words of advanced devotees, right? And when you read and you do swadhyay. Doing swadhyay and then hearing the realizations of advanced devotees, these two are very important in refocusing ourselves from all these defocusing type of activities of life. And what you said is true, right? But in our experience, most devotees will tell you that when you hear regularly, right? And hearing is not a passive activity. When you say the word hearing, you will say, yeah, Shravan karna hai, sunna hai, right? Hearing with the intention of applying, that is called as hearing. True hearing. Some classes going on, sometimes our ladies also are cooking their food and, for their lordships and then something to bhi chal raha hai. It's good that something is going on. But actual attentive hearing means you're hearing with the intention of applying that wisdom of the speaker into our life. When that is application-based hearing is called as actual hearing. It is not passive activity. Class suna. Kaisa tha class? Kya class diya hai? What class Prabhuji is given? What did he speak on? वो अपना है ना, वो सब कृष्णा के बारे में वो अपना साधना वादना से होता है ना, वैसे ही वही सब होता है. So you know, nice class, ठीक है, खत्म हो गया, right? So when you hear, and then that is ready-made realization of that devotee who has practiced Krishna for a long, long time, and he has understood, has analyzed, prepared a nice class, and is giving out this thing. It's some advanced Vaishnava speaking, right? When you swadhyay, then at that you have time for introspecting also. You read something, you have to understand what is Prabhupada saying here. Sounds good. I need to underline this, make some note of this and put some. So, therefore, it is said reading is also worship. Reading scripture is also worship. It is worshipping Krishna. Like we worship Krishna, we have worship Vigraha. In all our homes we have Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, Jagannath Swami. We worship them with agarbatti, we perform puja, archana for them. And reading is worshipping Krishna with our intelligence. And we may do a lot of archana, but if we don't use, therefore our bhakti yoga is also called as buddhi yoga in the second chapter by Krishna. Buddhi yoga. Because still your buddhi is not really tuned into. Maharaj Kuleshekara, this great Alvar, and in his booking when he wrote this Mukund Mala Stotra, right? So, in the end, he expresses a particular desire. And when I was reading Mukund Mala Stotra, I was wondering, such a great Vaishnava, such a great Sri Sampradaya king, right? What must be his keenest desire? He said, my dear Lord, my only desire is, let me never lose the power of my discrimination. To understand what is right and wrong for my Krishna consciousness. Right? So when we read the Holy Scriptures and hear, we will have an acute sense of understanding what is necessary, how to keep in the word we talk about the balance today. Everything will remain. So you have a sharpened intelligence, like you have a sharpened scalpel which just cuts perfectly. Right? So when you have a sharpened intelligence, you know how much to go into this activity, that activity, and when things are going off track, you can again come into balance. That requires what? It requires sharp intelligence. So hearing and reading would help you. Is that all right? Thank you.
And actually the processes of devotional service which Prabhupada has given, they are just so simple that you may actually miss it. They say, the swadhyay, chanting, reading, associating, going to holy dhams, and deity worship and worshipping Tulsi, Panchanga Bhakti which is given. So, we might think when we came to Krishna consciousness, these are very important, we start doing. And over the period of time, when you are become little older in terms of years in Krishna consciousness, you may add, okay, going to dham, fine, I have already been to Vrindavan so many times now, why to go again? Or like reading, I've already read once, so how many times to read? But we know devotees who have read Bhagavatam 14 times, 15 times, 20 times. They keep on reading again and again and again. They are relishing. Worshipping the deities, associating with devotees is never a thing that, same devotees I have to see. Next program also same. If we develop that attitude, when we'll go back to Godhead, they will also say, I saw you down there, here also you came. So it's all like that, it's the same activity, but we have to learn how to take pleasure from the same activity, and then that newness factor will be there. And unless as he said, when you hear, then you realize the importance of something, that it's important. Like we all know the importance of Tulsi Maharani, but this year we did a drama on Tulsi Maharani, and the importance of Tulsi Maharani we knew. But when we studied, we did research on how Tulsi Maharani, what role she plays. So, it was not a Karmakanda presentation. Till now, there has never been a drama where the glories of Tulsi Maharani, that's what we were told by others, from a Gaudiya Vaishnava perspective. So, this time's drama, please do watch it. So, Prabhuji, you can put it on the...
I watched.
I shared the link.
Yeah.
You watched?
So it's a Gaudiya Vaishnava presentation on Tulsi Maharani. So it's the same old thing, that watering Tulsi, which even when we were not devotees, we used to water Tulsi. Right? In Indian families, Tulsi Maharani is there. But now if you do it in this way, every time you see Tulsi Maharani, you will realize the value of her more. Her significance in your life, her significance in helping you grow in your spiritual life. You will have a different perspective. All of us. Even I started watering Tulsi with little more care and spraying her better. I said, "Arey, we are going to do drama. Better you practice little bit at least than that." So it's all about this, that how we can try to rejuvenate. Right? Please do watch this Tulsi drama. This time it has come out really nicely, wonderfully.
I just sent the link to everybody.
Yeah, but do watch it. That's what you're saying. So many links keep coming, na? Then we just get delinked, But we need some, even this is very important for our children also. When the children watch these things, they are getting sanskars. They are going to learn and understand. And when you see something, you learn better than when you hear. Oh, Tulsi Maran is important, Tulsi. But when you see in a picturization, audio visual way, it gets stuck in your mind that, oh yeah, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, okay, it helped to find the birthplace. What all are the significant events which led to, glorification of Tulsi in our Gaudiya Vaishnava history. So you will thoroughly relish this Leela of Tulsi Maran.
I think you have watched all the dramas.
They are meant for that, and it's actually not only for devotees. We should spread it even to non-devotees, because today Sanatan Dharma is such a at stake, that unless people don't realize the value of these small Vedic rituals, everything will go down the drain. So Tulsi is not only for devotees, Tulsi is for everybody. So please, in whichever groups you all are, do spread this thing for the sake of our Sanatan Dharma.
Only challenge we are facing is when we are sharing this kind of links or stories. They are saying, oh, these are traditional stories, like the new generation kids, right? Oh, this is very traditional story. They don't,
But traditional stories also, the way you present. See, we are all trying to be contemporary. If you see the presentation, it's like, Bollywood type. That's what one of the Prabhupada disciples told us, that he's been living in New York for so many years. He said this is just like or better than Broadway presentation. And with the modern technology, that's what Prabhupada wanted, right? You glorify Krishna with modern technology. If you go in a bullock cart, then you will never reach, but you also go by jet speed. So it's very catchy and very nice.
Mataji, we are trying to reach a stage. I was talking to Meenakshi Mohini Mataji and have a backstage and all those things, LEDs and that's our vision to be there. So maybe we can.
No, but so many devotees, Prabhuji, they pick up the dramas, what we are doing. They translate in whichever language. They translated it into Russian, and where all they are translating it.
Like you said, right, like movie. We do dramas, but like movies, right, where we have backdrops changing and everything, LED screens.
You have beautiful backdrops.
Yeah.
But you can pick it up as it is. So many temples, they call us up and they say, oh, can we pick up this, do you all have copyright, and, can we give some royalty to you? We said, this is all service, take whatever you want and spread it. It makes work easier for all of you now. Ours is 1 hour, but, people pick up 10-minute cut, 2 scenes, 1 scene, whatever is doable, expand on it, cut it, but at least some base is there, Prabhu. Every pastime of the Lord should be picturized like this and spread everywhere, so that, the glories can come up more.
I have one quick question regarding service and sadhana we talk, right? Sometimes what happens is, we start when we come into Krishna consciousness, we concentrate more on our sadhana, because we have time. We do chanting, we read, we join this call, this reading, that reading. But as we get into service mode, then somehow the sadhana is getting impacted. We are doing more and more services. We have to do this, do that, and do the office work. So what is, at that stage, should we back out from the services? And then, my sadhana is impacting, I just have to be on my own and with my family and just concentrate on my sadhana and get out of this service mode zone. So what
Of
is
course,
your...
of course, as we said, like salt, we want to learn the art. It requires a little bit of maturity. Just what you ask in this question, to be able to lead a life of balance between sadhana and seva. If a person sleeps at 9:30. We were with Giriraj Maharaj and we had a satsang program with him. And one devotee asked a question, Maharaj, what would you think is the most important tips for good sadhana and Krishna consciousness? The first question Maharaj asked in return, he said, what time do you get up? बोलते ना वो नाड़ी पकड़ लिया बराबर से so he said, Maharaj, I get up at like 7, sometimes 7:13. He said, why? He said, I come late, and like that. So anyway, and I think in America it's a little better if you can sleep early and see if you can divide the day. The whole morning is especially for sadhana. See, you don't have any sadhana at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Everyone is calling at 6 o'clock for seva? No, it's calling at 6 o'clock. The morning time which we get up is for chanting, reading, hearing, Archana Vidhi in our home, Tulsi Maharani Seva, etc. So that morning 3 hours or whatever we call it, right? From say 5 to 8 is your own personal time, where you practically get no phone calls from most people, no emergencies calls will be there or rarely, right? But it's your time. And then is a time for office work, your livelihood. Your 8 hours will go in that, correct? 9 to 5 will go. Generally speaking, we will be the call for seva will be towards the more in the evenings, for temple programs or whatever. But generally, if we can keep the morning hour undisturbed in sadhana, it should not overshadow it will not overspill into our service, right?
And the question is never seva or sadhana. It's seva and sadhana.
Because
seva enhances sadhana and sadhana enhances seva. Unless that is happening, then something is incomplete. Either your seva is not proper or your sadhana is not proper. It's not about giving up anything. If you just sit and do sadhana, who will do seva? But if you keep doing seva without your sadhana, someday you will stop doing seva because you will not have the right consciousness. So both are of topmost importance and both are connected. And that balance, how to do, that is where our intelligences and maturity, as he said, comes into picture. And that again comes by hearing and chanting. That how I should balance. There is no fixed formula. But understanding the importance of both, today I may adjust like this, tomorrow I might adjust like that. But still, what is important, what is priority is priority. When we are saying family and all takes away our time, doesn't mean family is Maya, so I neglect the family. I have to take care of that also. I have to take care of my sadhana. That's where the Krishna conscious intelligence comes into. And sadhana is like sharpening our intelligence. When we are doing it, you will be able to balance everything properly without getting stressed out or confused.
When we, as we are explaining, as she is explaining, we are explaining, Krishna consciousness is a very, very beautiful, simple, nice process. When we do our sadhana with focus, right, we are giving signals to Krishna that we really want to please Him. We really want to purify our consciousness. When the Lord is pleased with our sadhana, then devotees will tell you that Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yanamamupiyantite. Right? It is not that we are just doing. Krishna also is reciprocating from within the heart and giving us signals if you are tuned into inner consciousness, right? He's giving intelligence to do this, to do that, don't do this, stop here, itna jada karo, kam karo, right? So Krishna is always giving us signals from within the heart, as Paramatma, as a Chaitya Guru, right? So good sadhana will lead to that type of consciousness where we can connect to the Lord in the heart, right? Or when we say connect to the Lord, it doesn't mean that we just sit in dhyan and get some signals from some phone call will come from inside. It means that when we are reading or hearing, it will click you. That point will really make you, this is the point. I think I was missing on this, right? The Lord will give you signals where things which you otherwise would have probably overseen would start making more sense to you, Right? So Krishna will speak through devotees, Krishna will speak through the scriptures, Krishna will speak through lectures. Krishna will give you indications. If our sadhana is good, we will get reciprocations from various angles. And then we'll be able to, as we said, balance both. Right? Yeah. But as you said rightly, both are absolutely equally important. Otherwise, seva can become very burdensome. If the sadhana is not good, aurek seva. Aurek seva. And my goodness, how can I do all these things, right? If sadhana is good, seva. Wow, jai. Let's do it. So same seva can create different responses based on your state of your sadhana. Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you, Prabhu and Mataji, for such wonderfully, taking us through the need of growth. That we not only all need physical growth, we need financial growth, but most importantly, we need the inner growth. And to nourish the inner growth, we all have that seed of bhakti yoga in us. We need to water that seed. And to water the seed, we need to understand the qualities. And we learned the qualities from 4 teachers. And that was the crane, the cock, the salt that we use every day, and devotees like you. So we can learn from each other. And we should apply it in our practical life. And we have each other's checks and balances, and we should correct each other, and Prabhu should correct me and everybody here. So let's thank His Grace Dwarakadhish Prabhu and Vishakha Priya Mataji by chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol. Tomorrow also we have a program where will be continuation of this lecture and more practical questions from a day-to-day life. Like Mataji is asking Prabhuji, you are on your phone quite a bit. That happens to me. That Prabhuji asking Mataji that, you're not paying attention to this and this, or my needs are this. Ask difficult practical questions and you'll be amazed at the answers that are going to come from them. They really have the answers to each and every household practical questions, because these are normal things that are happening in everybody's life. So more to come tomorrow. Hari Bol. Prayer. Mahaprasade Govinde. Namo Brahmane Vaishnave. Swalpa Punya Vatan Rajan. Vishwashaneva Jayate. Sharira Avidya Jal. जड़ेंद्रिया ताहे काल जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तारा मध्य दिवाती लोभो मोयसु दुर्मति ताके जीता कथिना संसारे कृष्णा बड़ दयामय कारी बारी जिह्वा जोय स्वाप्रसादन दिलो भाई प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य निताय जनिमाय जनिताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Nitai Gaun Sundar Mahaprasad ki